Shalom to my brothers and sisters in the body of Yahuwshua HaMashiyach, who is called the bride of the Messiah. And shalom, shalom to the scattered Hebrew Israelites who are throughout the four corners of the earth, who is called the bride of Yahuwah. This is a shout out to Sister Cassandra McMath. She brought this great video to our attention because many people, again, want to denounce the truth of the true appearance of the Messiah. So this video is going to prove to you what do fine brass look like when you put in a furnace, okay? And the post link, this has come from Facebook, will be listed as well. So let me click on the original post. Okay, we can go there. And this comes from a YAHUWAH I, okay? And he says, whose the world calls Messiah had the complexion of burnt brass, as if it burned in the furnace. Let's see what that looks like. Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flame of fire. 1:15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So we have heard many of the heathens giving their opinion, and even some of the unawakened Negroes giving their own opinion of these scriptures. And I'm going to give you two other playlists because 1:14, to get more insight what that means, can be found in Matthew chapter 5, verse 36, and in the book of Leviticus chapter 13, as well as many other scriptures, because we know that the heathens like to twist these scriptures because they can't accept the Messiah being a Negro, but yet they say color don't matter, but yet they keep painting false images of him. They don't go by the word. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at this video to see what fine brass look like when you place it in a furnace. Okay, let me go to this part here. Well, see, can I blow this up too? He said, watch carefully. We know some of you are colorblind when it comes to dark colors. So as you see, once the brass cooled down, it comes black. It said Messiah was a black man. Let me go back. It said the Messiah was a black man, feet like fine brass, burned in a furnace. And you know the word burn is a past tense word here. Okay. Let me see here. I'm trying to get that bottom part, so I'm going to have to rewind it back. Yes, Revelation 1:15. Said the longer you burn it, the darker it would become. Also his hairs and every part of his body would be the same color. Daniel 10:6. So notice that the problem is, again, people taking scriptures out of context and twisting them because they don't want to accept the truth on the true appearance of the Messiah, which is sad. Because again, if you calling yourself a child of the Most High and you calling yourself a servant of the Most High, you should be about truth. Because the word said in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and Revelation chapter 21 that liars shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. That is the truth. So if you want to keep on following the lies of the Europeans and those who join themselves to the European nations, they're going to lead you to damnation. Okay. So another thing I want to show you, and this is what the Father had shown unto me. I'll wait till my screen get back right. So let's come out of this screen. In the video description box, I will also give you some important messages and some important videos to watch. Yahuwah is speaking now in these last days through his prophets and prophetess. He is also telling you who are his people. He is also identifying who are the Israelites and who are the Gentiles. Our Father in heaven. Not no man in flesh, but our Father in heaven. Okay? So in the video description box, you're going to have access to Yahuwah prophetic messages. Okay? This is him speaking himself through his prophets and prophetess. Okay? Number one. Number two. A lot of people do not understand white and ready because they read it in the English language. You have to go back to the Hebrew. When you look up white in the Hebrew, you're dealing with Solomon chapter 5, verse 10. It's dealing with brightness, illumination, because you know our Messiah is clothed in light. Read Revelation chapter 1. Also read Matthew chapter 17. That's what that means, to be white and ready. He was shining as bright as the sun. And we know ready means reddish brown. Again, he was a Negro. Okay, let me see, can I find that video playlist for you? Let's hold up. Let's see here. And go down a little bit more. Right here. Let me click on this. So here you would have Israelites and Christians, white and ready, the true meaning in the King James Version Apocrypha 1611. Okay, you have access to that video. It gives you all the videos, and that video with the brass will be added to this as well to give you the true meaning of white and ready. Again, the Europeans, they still lying. Okay, and then let me find the last one dealing with our hair. Believe it or not, the Bible tell you the color of the Negro's hair. Yes, I'm telling you, the Bible gives you all truth, but you have to be willing to hear it. Okay, many of them not willing to hear it. So that's a playlist dealing with Negro/Hebrew Israelites hair, Matthew chapter 5 verse 36, and that's like 3 videos in this one to give you the true meaning of that. All right, let me go back. Let's see here. So I hope this video was very helpful to give you the truth. If anything I said in this video you do not understand it, seek y'all, because it's the Most High Spirit that's supposed to teach you. You can't get it from books and from these so-called biblical scholars or these so-called people who claim they have this education, that education. It don't come by that. It come by Spirit, His knowledge, His wisdom, His understanding. Not of the world knowledge, wisdom, understanding. It's completely different. All right, my brothers and sisters, continue to preach the gospel that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. For this is the season for the Messiah to return, because we are in the 7th day from Adam, which is the 12,000 year creation. Read 2 Ezra chapter 5 to chapter 7 and Matthew chapter 24. For the Messiah tell us to what? Watch and pray always. Okay? Make sure the people receive salvation, as written in Romans chapter 10. And the people I'm talking about are Israelites and Gentiles, males and females, bond and free, circumcised and uncircumcised, Scythians, barbarians, etc., and baptized them in the name of Yahuwshua HaMashiyach, for the Lamb set the example of the water baptism and of the Holy Spirit baptism. And the apostle continued them as confirmed and written in the book of Acts and even in the New Testament. I love you all, and Shalom. And do you know who that peace that is with you? Think about it. Matthew chapter 28, verse 20.